Well, it's 3:30 in the morning, Tuesday morning, October 15th. I just watched Francois Truffaut's 400 Blows. It was a magnificent film. Not from the standpoint that it was a big story or that it was an epic detail. It was just, number one, it had like 11 or 12-year-old boy as the main character, and he was a miscreant, a juvenile delinquent. He wasn't terrible. He didn't do things awful. He didn't burn the school down. He just didn't show up for school, wouldn't do his homework. Wrote notes that were fraudulent. And he just got himself in trouble. That was pretty much what he did. And it followed him through his adventures. And Mr. Truffaut was a part of what they call the French New Wave. And I really like these movies. I like Bresson. I like Francois, the guy who just made it, Truffaut. I like Jean Melville, Godard. I like Breathless. I like these French movies. I like the crime films. This one was not a crime film. Francois Truffaut made a crime film called something about shooting the piano player. This was kind of a crime film, but that wasn't about it. It was just this boy he just didn't have good parents. I mean, his mother was just a knockout. I mean, she was gorgeous. And it went through their relationship, and Mom tried to straighten him out. She tried to sit down and tell him she was going to pay him a reward if he got a good grade in school, and it didn't seem to help. And he ran into her out on the street one day when she was with another guy besides his dad, and he looked the other way, and it really didn't add to the plot at all. She kind of felt that he suspected him, but I guess the little boy was so naive about sexual matters that he didn't know that his mom was doing anything wrong. So his mom kind of did it. So, I mean, you had the character, and then you had Truffaut's use of collages, screenshots, where he'd have them running through the streets, and I mean, the camera work was magnificent. And there was one scene where there were children there that were, 3 or 4 years old, that were watching a puppet show, and Truffaut showed the children's faces. I mean, it was magnificent. The way they took this kid through the system, the way they treated him, it was just very interesting from the perspective of 60 years ago, 55, 60 years ago, how they treated the kids at that point. This is not a liberal movie. It's not a conservative movie. It's a study of this young man made by one of the greatest directors of all time. I mean, I remember seeing one of his things about India where he was a documentarian, and he would just go through India and just did days and, hours and hours of footage on India. So, and I believe he did My Dinner with Andre. If I'm wrong there, that's fine. But this guy was a hell of an artist, and this is a hell of a movie. It was worth staying up till 3:30 for. Bye-bye.